This is Dr. Mariah White, host of Your Life Matters. Thanks for listening to the following broadcast on Public House Media.
This is Julianne Condia, host of Rewritten here on Public House Media. Thank you so much for listening to the following broadcast on Public House Media. Once you are done with this episode, I hope you'll come check out my show, Rewritten, where we will talk about you having limitless potential and can rewrite your story at any time. No matter your background, your past, or current situation, you can have the type of life you crave. A new show comes out every single Monday. Don't forget to subscribe on iTunes so you never miss an episode of Rewritten. Thanks again for checking out the following broadcast on Public House Media.
The real efficient laborer will be found not to crowd his day with work, but will saunter to his tasks surrounded by a wide halo of ease and leisure. Good morning. Wouldn't you like to be surrounded all your tasks with ease and leisure? I think I would. There will always be more in this world that we could be doing, that we should be doing. But instead of trying to race to do everything on your to-do list today, I hope that you are not so focused on crossing everything off as fast as you can, as much as you are moving towards removing some certain things off of your list so that you have less to do and you can make your life a whole lot easier. Good morning. Welcome to Choose to Rise. Welcome to Public House Media if you're here in the podcast form. I am so glad that you are a part of it today and that you are being encouraged and supported along the way. I know that I am just so filled up right now. One, that you are here with me, but two, just connecting to the women that I mentor and helping them get fit in all areas of their life. It is one of my greatest joys. It is one of my favorite things in the entire world. And I just got done scrolling through. One of the reasons I'm a little late coming to this live is that I was scrolling through my accountability group and my team page, and I'm so proud of the women that are showing up for themselves. And it just makes my heart so happy that they are taking care of themselves. They're taking time for themselves. They are making their life easier with fitness and being strong in their life and with positive mindset. We're doing a book club right now in my team by a book by Maxie McCoy, and it's called You're Not Lost. You should totally pick up the book. It's so good. And they're just learning how to make life easier with positive mindsets, positive, strengthening their bodies and all the kinds of things. And today I want to help you, not with that, but helping you get stronger in your mindset and get you stronger in your routines and figuring out how that you can just live your best life by making life a little bit easier. Life is tough sometimes, and there's a lot of things that are coming at us. And a lot of times people think we should be doing something more. We could be doing something more. There's always more people that are going to be asking time of you, asking energy of you. But you have to kind of ask yourself, is this going to make my life easier? Is this going to make my life harder? Am I going to get more complicated life if I'm doing these types of things? And so let's kind of just dive into these few tips that I have for you this morning. I want to help you streamline life. I want to help you embark on some new ways of living, some new routines maybe that you can put into your day. And I'm not a neat freak. I'm not an organizational guru. In fact, if you kind of look around my office a little bit here, you would see that is definitely not the case. However, I'm all about streamlining life and efficiency and helping people live faster, easier lives, simpler methods to living smarter, living healthier, and just, taking care of yourself in a way that's going to make sure that you are living a longer life and not so much a filled up with stuff kind of life. So the first tip I have for you is if you're ready to streamline your life and you're ready to make life a little bit easier, the first tip I have for you is to purge. Yep, purge. Go Marie Kondo on your day of your schedule. Go Marie Kondo on your the stuff that's in your house. Go Marie Kondo on your agenda, all the things that you have to get done on your to-do list, all those kinds of things. Really just purge things out of your life. If it doesn't spark joy, if it doesn't give you, her whole concept is if it doesn't spark joy, joy. If you don't feel any joy with it, get rid of it, right? But there are some things that you have to keep. Sometimes you have to keep your kids. They don't always give you joy, but they should give you joy at some point. You have to keep certain things in your life, but you can definitely, if you have to keep it, you should definitely put it in a neat place. You should organize your life a little bit, because clutter is one of the things that even subconsciously can actually hinder your progress. So if you're living in a space that is just like, looks like a mine blew up, you're not going to be as focused as you could be as if you lived in something that's a little more organized. Now, there might be reasons why the only thing I do in my basement is work out. I don't know. But it also is one of the reasons why there are piles of things here in my office, but they're organized piles. I know where things are. So get rid of the things that are in your life that are not bringing you joy, the things that you don't use, the things that you don't need. Maybe donate them to someone else, maybe sell them online to make a few bucks, maybe get rid of them by sharing with a neighbor or whatever it might be. Donate them to different places, but purge your life. Go through your to-do list in the day and figure out what are the things that you can delegate. All right. This is the second tip I have for you. Delegate, group, and bulk your tasks. What are the things on your to-do list on the things that you have to do and during the week that you can delegate to other people? Can your kids empty the dishwasher? Can your husband do the laundry? Can your kids help you with the things that are going on in your day for taking care of the dog or doing the other things on the to-do list? Or are you the only one that can do those kinds of things? I have a dog that is full of high energy. And one of the things on the suggestion list that I found earlier today was enlist a dog walker to walk your dog. Yeah, I could totally do that. However, I also like to group and bulk my tasks. So this is a tip that I have for you as well. Is that when I'm out on my walk with my dog, I do take her for a full hour walk because I love getting that personal development time in as well. And it gets me out in the fresh air. It gets me out of my house. It gets me out into nature, and it helps me rejuvenate myself as much as it gets her energy out. So plugging into a good podcast while I'm out there, listening to a good book while I'm on my walk, plugging into something positive that is going to not only give her the energy burst, getting rid of the energy that she needs, but also fills my cup as well, is a great way to bulk my task and get things accomplished. Now, there's other things that you can do to bulk your time in a task. Like I also listen to podcasts and do those things while I'm getting ready in the morning, or while I'm cooking, or we work together to make a meal at the end of the day, or put the dishes away, or do all those kinds of things. When you can bulk your work whenever you can, doing all those kinds of things, or maybe it's meal prepping. That's something that I do a lot of. I do a lot of meal prepping on the same day. So it's all done and taken care of for the rest of the week. So you can do those kinds of things that are going to help you be more efficient throughout the rest of the week, that are going to help you be more efficient maybe in your thought process. The more decisions you have to make in a day, the more tired you are. So the more you can make those decisions ahead of time and just do it at once, the less likely you are to fail on those systems. All right, the next one I have for you is go paperless. All right, paper can take up a lot of space, which is why I tend to just do a lot of things digitally, sending emails, really working on going paperless with your statements. Like if you have automatic come and go of your draft, just logging in online and looking at those kinds of things, balancing your checkbook if you're that kind of girl, and just really getting rid of all the junk mail, the catalogs, the coupon things, all of that stuff. And if you're already going digital, unsubscribe from all of that stuff in your email. All that clutter that's coming into you digitally or physically is hindering your progress. So make sure that you're getting rid of all the stuff that you don't necessarily need, and you start recycling and getting rid of those things out of your life now. Pay bills electronically, automate things whenever possible. And if you order supplies off of Amazon, maybe set up a subscription to the things that you're going to need. Have them deliver all the time. You have those little button things now that you can do that with. And so make sure that you are really focusing your time and attention on the things that really need your time and attention, and not all the clutter that just keeps coming up into your life. And going paperless is definitely a way that you can help the environment, and you can help yourself be a lot less cluttered in this world. Another tip I have for you is adopt organizational systems. You want all of your work in your life and everything to work like clockwork, right? Well, I have a system that's called if it's not scheduled, it doesn't get done. So every single morning I sit down with my little piece of paper, I'm a little bit paper, and I write down all the things that I need to do in a day. This is a tip and strategy I learned from Brian Tracy from the book Eat That Frog. It's called prioritizing your to-do list. So you brain dump everything down on the piece of paper that you need to get done in the day, and then you reorganize it into prioritizing the top 3 things. When you can do that, then you'll be able to make sure that you're getting the most important things done in the day. You still have a list of all the other things that need to get done. You can maybe decide from that list who can do other things, delegating that list out. And then you can also make sure that if you're one of those check off person, you have something that you can check off and be proud of, that you're doing something good for the day. Systems can be created for all areas of your life. When you are trying to figure out how to, maybe get some laundry things done, when you remove your clothes, instead of leaving them in the closet or piling up on the floor or putting them on a chair, return them to the closet in the correct spot right away, or put them in the dirty laundry if they're dirty. Sort your stuff right away. We have this little bin in our closet that has one for colors, one for whites, one for towels and things. And so when they're organized right away that way, it makes it a lot easier to just pick it up and drop it into the washing machine than it is to having to sort it all out right away. Make big batches of food on Sunday like we do, and eat it all week, making sure that whether you're either cooking it all up and making prepared meals, or you are prepping up all the ingredients so it's easy to throw together throughout the week. Train yourself to think ahead and plan in advance. On Sundays, take some time to goal set, take some time to look at the calendar, really flush out everything that's happening in the week so that you feel ready to go. Maybe on Wednesday, you kind of take a mental evaluation of how are we doing in our week? What do we need to do more of? Like I said, if it doesn't get scheduled, it doesn't happen. And so I'm kind of the chaos coordinator by trade in our house. If my husband has something going on, I make sure it gets on our calendar. If my kids have something going on, I make sure it gets on our calendar. And then when we have a question on something, hey, what's going on Saturday? We just look at the digital calendar and say, these are the things that are coming up. And so making sure that you are taking care of things right away versus putting them off is another tip I have for you, is and if it needs to happen immediately, do it immediately. If you can organize it and put it on your calendar to do later, do that too. And then just follow those systems. We have a system in our house that works for us, and I highly recommend doing something of the same for you as well. And the last one I have for you is review and update progress regularly. Streamlining is a continual process, and all the steps that I've listed today can be repeated over and over and over and over again until they become natural habits. One thing that I've created in my life to become a natural habit for me is getting up in the morning and doing my quiet time. It's just a habit for me now. It's an organizational thing for me now. I wake up, I plug into positive stuff right away. I work on my affirmations. I work on my positive journaling with my prayer journal. I plug into my team. I listen to a good podcast. I do things that are going to fill me up on a regular basis so that I can go through the rest of the day feeling good and strong and positive. I get my workout in. I help get my kids ready to go. And then I can really tackle the things on my to-do list that I've set aside as well and prioritize those kinds of things. When you find yourself being overwhelmed by something it's because the system's not working, or your life is just super unorganized. And if you can organize yourself down, you can reduce that overwhelm by finding a system that's going to work for you and that's going to help you kind of just streamline life. I hope that you are able to find things like that in your day, and that you're able to systemize your life and feel good about it and not be worried in the could've, should've, would've kind of life, but really moving forward with a positive mindset. So I hope today that one of these tips and tricks worked for you. I hope today that you feel encouraged and supported, and that you are able to streamline your life a little bit, make it a little bit easier, and go through life with a positive mindset. Thanks so much for joining me today. And if you want to learn more about what I do, how I mentor women and help them be positive and more uplifting, we want to help you get fit in all areas of life, head over to chooseriseup.com. Check out the Get Fit With Me section, and we'll talk more about how to do that kind of stuff again. Thanks again for joining me today, and I hope life gets a little bit easier for you and you get to streamline your work by some of these tips. Have a great one, everyone.